Now this video here, this goes out to all the guys out there. It's more of a statement on something that we've all heard. I don't care if you're the nerdy, quiet, geeky type, the beta male, or the confident alpha male, player type. We've all heard the same saying that no is the worst thing a man could hear when approaching a woman. It doesn't matter what your style or what your technique, what you look like, what car you drive, it doesn't matter. The worst you could hear is no. And this is what we've all been told so we could, I guess make the dating life easier. But I think most of us know that such a saying is completely false and we just are afraid to admit to it. So here's something for you guys to chew on, something to think about. Do you know why many women will not make the first move? Or a girl who you know is interested in you, let's just say you're at the bar and she's just down from you. She'll push out her chest, she'll twirl her hair, she'll bat her eyelashes, but she will not get up and talk to you. I actually found out through some research and talking to different people and looking in those like women's magazines like Cosmo and all that there's two fundamental reasons. There's many more, but it comes down to two. One, the traditionalist view, which is that many women feel that they don't have to make the first move, that even though they're new age women of this new millennium, they still follow the rules of like the 1800s, that the dude is supposed to make the first move. They don't. There are women who do make the first move, but there's a lot of them who just feel that they don't have to. But interestingly enough, the second reason why many women won't make the move is because they're afraid of rejection, especially rejection in a public space. So, and I can kind of understand that. You're a gorgeous, vivacious, beautiful woman, independent and strong, and you got a guy that you're interested in shooting you down in front of other women and other people, and it is incredibly embarrassing. And so many women are afraid of being rejected. There's that fear of being rejected. But yet we then go to men and tell us guys that, what, fear of rejection, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay if a woman shoots you down in an embarrassing way in public. Oh, it's all good. Does that really make sense? Throughout the years, I've worked at many different jobs, and we know that we men do not open up. We're programmed to be as alpha, as cold, as unfeeling and unemotional as possible. Manning up, as you could say. So we don't open up our feelings and, share many of the hardships. We'll share our stories about conquest and which bitch we fucked and all this kind of stuff, but we won't share the hardships that we've gone through in meeting Mrs. Right or dealing with relationships. And throughout the 10 years I've worked in different temp jobs in different fields, I've had some great conversation with guys who have opened up about things that most guys will not open up about. And I've heard some just insane stories about potential hookups gone bad. Again, players and the nice guys, both approaching women with respect and getting the most embarrassing put downs in public you could ever imagine. Currently available on Amazon.com and Smashwords.com, and soon to be available for multiple book readers, is my new book, No is the Worst She Could Say, LOL, That's What You Think. It's a collection of tales that I've accumulated over the past 10 years from different men that I've worked with at different temp jobs on the embarrassing and frightening experiences they've had trying to speak to women on the street, at work, at different places. Some of the most outrageous, over-the-top stories about some ways that women will turn down guys that make no seem like a compliment, that you wish all she said was no. It's just raw honesty of men sharing what they've gone through so that other men know that they are not alone in many of the embarrassing situations they've had to go through. This is our way of opening up and sharing just how difficult it is for us to meet women and to especially meet Mrs. Right. I didn't write this because I want to demonize women or, try to reformulate what it means to be a man. I just want to put out straight out honesty and reality. That hooking up and meeting Mrs. Right is a hard thing to do. It is not easy. Most of us know this. If it was easy, all of us would be in happy, fulfilled relationships, and you wouldn't have so many videos on YouTube of people crying about how difficult it is to meet that special person. And many women out there are great, they're amazing, they're caring, they're nurturing, and they appreciate the courage it takes a man to talk to them. But equally, there's other women out there who have horrible attitudes, who are just full of themselves, who are pretty much psycho. And it doesn't matter who you are, you try to talk to these girls and you're going to get a cup full of crap that would even make Jesus blush. Like, it's just really bad. And I'm going to give you an example of one of the stories that's in my book that's based on something I went through. And it's very low-key compared to some of the other crazy stories in the book. But this is what I went through years ago, back when I was about early 20s. I was taking my bike out for a ride. Just going down the neighborhood, it was a beautiful summer day. And as I was riding by, I saw this one woman just walking by herself. And I'm talking, guys, she was a Nubian goddess. Like, this girl was supermodel hot. Just everything, face, body, it was just immaculate how gorgeous this girl was. So I'm thinking this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Even back then, I was a very shy guy. You see my videos about being the nice guy and all that, but I thought, okay, girl this hot, by herself, walking in the middle of the day, you know what? I'm gonna kick myself if I don't make a move. So I took my bike around, crossed the street, caught up with her, very politely introduced myself, just asking how she's doing, how's her day going, and if she minds some company, get to know her. This is where things get kind of screwy. So after introducing myself and again politely approaching her, she looked at me, looked me up and down, gave the most screw face look you could possibly imagine. Like, guys, if you guys know what screw face is, imagine the most ignorant looking screw face you can imagine. And then, word for word, she said, "Who do you think you are come talking to me? Get your MAGA ass away from me. You have no chance." Understand, this is me just trying to say hello to this girl, and she's talking down to me like I'm garbage. So I just lashed back out at her. I was like, "Girl, what's wrong with you? I just came to say hello. If you're not interested, just say, hey, no. I don't want company or whatever. I have a boyfriend. Lie, I don't know." But she started talking out to me if like I was scum. If I was unworthy to be in her presence. That she was so immaculately beautiful that guys like me, just ordinary dudes, it's just an insult to her that I would even try to share her breathing space. And long story short, we got into a yelling match because I'm just not going to walk away with my head between my legs. I started shooting back at this bitch. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I see that on the outside you are beautiful, but on the inside you're ugly as dog shit. I learned something that day that, we men are programmed to go after the most beautiful women. When we all want a beautiful girl to be with us. But that was the first time I learned that just because a woman is beautiful doesn't mean, or I should say, just because a woman is physically beautiful doesn't mean she's worth wanting. A girl like that, who's that much of a bitch just for a guy saying hello, that's the kind of woman that I would never want to deal with, because you just know what kind of a headache that relationship would be. And as I mentioned when I was showing you the book, that I have more stories. That one is just a tame one. I got even worse stories of stalking, of spit in the face, of girls being abusive, of girls claiming false assault. All this just by a guy coming up to them and saying hello. But beyond that, I want you guys to share your stories with me. Put them in the comment section. What nightmares have you guys had to deal with meeting women? I said, just being polite, just walking up and saying hello, and getting this onslaught. And even for you women out there, again, this book is not about demonizing women. I got a great woman in my life. I have a daughter coming soon. I have amazing women that I know as friends, family. You know what, this is not about demonizing women, but it's putting out the reality that there are some women out there, and you girls know this, there's some women out there that are really mentally out there, like just screwed up. And any guy who tries to talk to them, it's a waste of time. So share, comment, put down what you think. And the book is on Amazon and Smashwords. The link is in my banner at my main channel page and also in the description area. Check it out. It's only $1.99. $1.99. $2. I think that's a bargain for a decent book that'll make you think and realize that no is the worst thing a woman could say. That's what you think.